Now, because of something called epigenetic memories, we know that 15 to 20 generations before us, that programming code was downloaded into our body. So you're born with this hard-coded information already in your body. Most of it is only, though, this is the sad part, it's only trauma that came from previous generations. All the slave beatings and whoopings and the separation of loved ones and the buck fighting, all that stuff, it's in your body. That's why when black people start feeling like I'm depressed, I got PTSD, but they don't know why. I'm feeling, I'm feeling down or ill or angry or whatever. A lot of it is, it's the epigenetics. So to overcome this, what scientists realize, you can actually start to re-encode that DNA by doing simple things. Simple. One thing is, write down 10 positive affirmations about yourself and then speak those out loud 3 times a day, out loud, for 21 days. And your DNA begins to change and rewrite itself. You begin to start to believe those cymatic frequencies coming out of your mouth, that your body is actually listening to the information. Like you said before, the body is mostly water. The water has memory. The water in your body speaks conscious energy. So when you are releasing that conscious energy into the atmosphere, your body is then absorbing it back into the water, and then that light force energy is rewriting your DNA. And so we can actually rewrite our DNA. We can change the way we think and see and feel about ourselves just by speaking out loud. Like you said, meditation, and I love travel. That's all I do is travel nonstop. You already know that. That's going to enlighten and open up, broaden all your horizons. It's going to make you see things from other perspectives and understand. It's going to raise your consciousness. Traveling, I tell people all the time, leave your zip code. You got to.
It's this gradual process of growth and self-awareness, which all is about the RNA and the DNA, to be honest, because the DNA is awakening us. The RNA is awakening us to who we truly are. As we begin to see people start to look inward instead of outward and start to question the reality, question the norm, question the mainstream, it then takes them down a rabbit hole, which forces them to research and look for answers. And when they begin to find specific answers, another spark goes off in their body, and that's the DNA releasing answers. In other words, they're not really looking for answers, they're looking for confirmation. The body is already telling you, your DNA is already telling you, this is the path. The mainstream is telling you, no, this is the path. But you're getting better confirmation over here because it doesn't insult your soul. And right now, where we are in the universe, our solar system, it actually undulates up and down around the giant Milky Way. And these movements are huge, hundreds of millions of miles as it undulates up and down. Right now, we're at the perfect center of the equator of where the supermassive black hole is at the center of our galaxy. Scientists have identified this since 2013. We've risen to this level now. We're in the age of questioning and getting and looking for answers. This information age.
Well, the way that they built all these institutionalized systems that we have that are controlling mankind, they're all predicated on fear. You'll find that fear is the biggest thing. For example, you go to school, if you don't get good grades, you're going to get in trouble. You won't pass the next grade. If you act up in school, you might get, stay in line or whatever. You might get spanked with the ruler or the paddle or whatever. Obviously on the street is follow these exact rules or you're going to go to prison. So they have all these systems in place. And these systems that they put in place, when they have these little fear factors built into them, even religion has a lot of fear factors put into it.
Absolutely.
People fall in line because why? Fear, the body pays attention to fear first. The mind is always, okay, there's fear. I gotta stop this fear. I gotta do whatever it takes to not allow this, whatever this fear is, to happen. I don't want it to happen to me. So the body goes into fight or flight mode, and then it starts focusing on the fear. Once the body does that, these people who rule, the ruling elite, they know that we got them with the fear. Now we can manipulate them to do whatever we want. So they always do the same thing. They create the problem, okay? They wait for the reaction, and then they provide the solution to that problem. So they're actually manipulating all sides of it based on fear. The fear is a key thing in all these institutions that has us locked in, because people, when that fear hits them, they don't recognize that fear is not real. False evidence appearing real is what fear is, right? The acronym. But for them, it's as real as it can be. But in true reality, fear is a choice.
The biggest thing we have to do on this planet is we have to operate in unconditional love. Because when you operate in that frequency, that 528 hertz frequency, that's when everything comes together. That's when unification comes together. That's when we can take back control of this planet, our lives, and help each other on this planet get to the next level. It's only through unconditional love. Hoarding and greed and everything else, that's the dark side. We want to get to the light side. The only way to do that is through unconditional love for everyone on this entire planet.